Good morning, Wall Street winners. It is Wednesday, August the 21st, and we have got some interesting news on the go today. If we take a look at where we are in the futures, everything is currently in the green. So it looks like we had a bit of a red day yesterday, a bit of a correction day, small correction, mind you, but not a positive day in the end, breaking an 8-day winning streak. And now we're back to the green pre-market. However, beware that at 10 a.m., we're going to be getting some information on employment from and jobs data, revised employment and jobs data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor. And it is potentially concerning about the number of jobs that may have been announced initially in July and then found to not necessarily been there when they did the revision. So this is a bit of a concern. Not sure how it's going to affect the markets. We're going to see around 10 a.m., but that is something to be careful of. So I would caution you today, looking at the start of the market at 9:30 through till 10, I would really hold off on making any strategic investments before 10 a.m. to see what comes out, because that could rattle the market. Now, that said, let's flip over to the actual Yahoo Finance app. And we've had some news out today from different retailers. Now, there are retailers that we don't follow specifically, but let's talk about a couple of them. So Target and TJX or TJ Maxx both released earnings better than expected and boosted their future forecast through to the end of the year. So very positive for what I'm going to call the discount retail segment. The other thing going for Target, which has caused its shares to jump in the pre-market, is they've been able to better deal with theft. So they are dealing with and addressing their theft issues. So that is getting better from a Target perspective. On the downside in retail, we've had Macy's come out with worse than expected earnings and profit and a worse than expected future forecast. And then on the semi side, we have had Analog Devices come out and they hit their number and they exceeded on revenue and earnings. So good for semis today, I think, going forward. If we take a look at the health and retail in our app, Walmart, which has been kind of stagnant until yesterday after earnings, was up yesterday. It looks like it's up again today pre-market. Dollar General looks to be up fairly significantly, $3 per market. That's about 2%. And then we get down into the others. Healthcare, pretty stagnant in this case. Moving down to transport, again, a segment that I'm avoiding based on the pending strike coming. It had a bad day yesterday for JB Hunt. I expect more bad days to come out of that. And I'm expecting CNR to drop as well. But yesterday it kind of remained where it was, pretty flat. Getting down to oil, oil had a terrible day yesterday, but it has got to be getting close to a bottom and set for a rebound. So crude futures are at 73.37 right now. They're 20 cents up on the day. It looks like crude oil stocks will make a bit of a recovery today, but they've got a ways to go. I am projecting that they are going to continue to move forward as we head into September and October, especially if we see rate cuts, because they are capital intensive businesses that require debt to operate and function in addition to their cash flow. So that would benefit them going forward. We get down into tech and we can see that I think today is going to be an interesting day for semis. I think we're going to see some positive turnaround in the semis. Microsoft's been climbing steadily. It's now up to just under 425. We've got ARM Holdings, part of the semi space. It was off yesterday. It looks like it's going to break through 130 again on the open. We have AMD, which was a positive day yesterday. It looks like it's up another 45 cents pre-market today. Qualcomm was down yesterday, but up 10 cents in the pre-market. Workday announces tomorrow. Workday is one that I've put some money into recently. I like Workday. I think it has the ability to get back up into the 240, 250 range if earnings are good this week and they come out positive. Meta has been off for the last couple of days. Looks like it's going to make up some of that loss from yesterday in the pre-market. And then we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA had an off day yesterday, but not significant. And it looks like it's going to be up slightly in the pre-market. Google had a great day yesterday, and it looks like it's off $2 in the pre-market. If Google opens down $2, I would definitely be looking at adding Google to my position. And then TSM was off yesterday. It looks like it's off into the open today. I think that will change and it will correct. And then Lam Research, the other one that I've been investing in over the last week or so, it had a bad day yesterday, down into the 162 range, but it is now up buck 34 in the morning. And I think this will be an $880, $890 stock before the end of this week. And then finally down into financials, and we've got SoFi. It has had an incredible week this week. It is up at 737, looking like it's going to gain a point. I think it'll go further today, depending on how the rest of the sector does, but I think it will outperform. Raymond James up 42 cents. I'd stay away from this until it dropped down to the 110 range. JP Morgan, I think, is pretty much peaked out here unless we hear something extraordinary on Friday from Jerome Powell. And then Morgan Stanley and Goldman both pulled back yesterday, looking to make up some of that today. So that's where we are. Good luck with your trades today. If you're liking these videos, please subscribe to the channel, leave me a like and a comment, and share with a friend that's interested in learning about the markets and what the narrative is out there on each day. Have a great